For a second week is The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Based on the 60s television cartoon, the story follows the duo as they try to stop a ruthless media mogul from taking over the world. Providing the voice of Rocky is June Foray, who developed the voice nearly 40 years ago.
Well, I sort of created Rocky on my own. Jay wanted an all-American squirrel, you know, a nice little Boy Scout. But he didn't tell me how to do it. I just thought of an idea of dropping all the G's and being contentious at times with Bullwinkle. And Jay said, "Oh, that's fine. That's wonderful."
So on they walked, two lone figures making their way through a foreign and hostile live-action landscape.
I thought you said we were in Oklahoma.
Would you like to narrate this movie?
No.
And so on they walked, two lone figures making their way through a foreign and hostile live-action landscape. They walked until their thumbs ached, but no one wanted to take a chance on a 6'7" talking moose and a flying squirrel who couldn't fly.
I could fly if I had to.
Kinda makes you feel discouraged.
Maybe we should be a little more aggressive.
This movie's getting kinda
Don't say it.
two-dimensional.
Seems Sherry's got a long-lost grandmother in Cartersville, Georgia.
She's gonna be here tomorrow afternoon. Now, if Big Mama's not here, then she's just gonna leave, and we have no case.
Don't worry. Big Mama be here.
Martin Lawrence is still going undercover at Big Mama's house for a 6th week. Martin's an FBI agent who's tracking down a recently escaped criminal. But to complete the assignment, he must disguise himself as a 325-pound granny from the South.
What the hell are you doing?
I've gone undercover as Big Mama.
That's an image that's gonna keep me up tonight.
I thought you may have forgotten all about me.
Oh, no! Big Mama could never forget that ass. Ma, asthma. Something wrong, child?
You're,
Oh, that. When you get to be my age, they're like yard dogs. If you don't put them on a leash, they'll just roam all over the neighborhood. Huh?
who are you?
Big Mama asked me to come by. I'm a handyman.
Wow!
Let me show you what I got. I was wrong. It just got serious.
Look at him.
Who's that?
Peoples Hernandez is the neighborhood alligator.
In the countdown for a 4th week is Shaft. Samuel L. Jackson stars as a private detective on the trail of a brutal killer. He can't do the job alone, so he enlists the help of police officer Vanessa Williams. But she's having problems of her own dealing with some corrupt cops.
Could she know about us? How do I know?
She's coming this way. Play it easy. Play it really. Stay with me on this.
Yeah. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
Watching your back.
I just got here, my back.
Your back, Sheriff's back, you know.
Well, he never said where he was gonna be.
The drums, you hear things.
Drums?
You picked a pretty tough neighborhood to lay low in, huh? You wearing your vest?
Nah.
Next up is the comedy Me, Myself, and Irene. Jim Carrey stars as Charlie, a mild-mannered police officer who suffers from schizophrenia. When Charlie gets mad, his alter ego Hank appears, and Hank doesn't care who he takes his anger out on, even if it's Charlie.
Arrivederci, Deadwood.
What the hell are you still doing here? You can't just throw me away, Hank. We're in this together!
Coming up, we'll stay together with Jim when we go on location with his comedy, Me, Myself, and Irene. Jim Carrey stars in the outrageous comedy Me, Myself, and Irene. He plays a Rhode Island state trooper named Charlie who suffers from a split personality. When Charlie gets angry, his aggressive alter ego, Hank, takes over.
I hate to bother you with this, but your car is going to have to be moved.
Park it up behind the grocery store, will you, Charlie?
There you go, Dick. I parked it for you.
Behind the camera are Peter and Bobby Farrelly, who also directed the hit There's Something About Mary.
It's absolute insanity and depravity. Scene after scene, all sewed together in a kind of a psychotic quilt.
Doctors have diagnosed you as having a split personality.
A schizo. I don't remember any of this.
Charlie Bailey Gates is a nice guy. Rhode Island state trooper, you know, puts everybody before himself. Just a nice guy. Too nice.
Sweetie, it's kind of dangerous. You want to move it up onto the sidewalk, away from the traffic?
So Hank shows up to take care of the other stuff that's inside that he's not expressing. And boy, does he express it.
Still want to skip rope in the street?
I'm gonna tell my daddy on you, Charlie.
Wrong answer. And the name's Hank.
Hank and Charlie meet Irene.
Her name's Waters, Irene P. I pulled her over for a broken taillight.
We'll have one of our troopers escort you.
Charlie and Hank that are fighting over the same woman. And, Hank is created because Charlie's kind of a pushover, and suddenly this other character comes out.
His name's Hank. Hank Evans.
4 little girls.
So it's true. Charlie is a schizo.
And it becomes like a classic love triangle where he's both guys and he's fighting with himself for her affection.
Just because I rock doesn't mean I'm made of stone.
Hank. But is there any way that maybe we could get Charlie back out here for a little huddle?
I'm sure he'll do it. You betcha.
If having schizophrenia isn't enough trouble for poor Charlie, his wife has left him to raise 3 triplet sons all on his own.
He marries a woman he's crazy about, she's crazy about him, and lo and behold, she falls in love with the limo driver who picks him up at their wedding.
Oh, it's on now.
They have 3 babies.
It's a boy. Oh, boy.
And then she deserts him. But Jim's character, he just loves these boys, so he raises them himself.
How's my little guy doing?
Struggling. This quantum physics is confusing. If I don't buckle down, I'm gonna give myself another B+.
Ooh, that'd be whack.
Hey, what? I don't look like Jim Carrey. You don't think he could be my dad? I think he could be my dad. I think we look alike.
Jim also worked with the Farrelly brothers on their 1994 blockbuster Dumb and Dumber.
Funny guys. They're just real down to earth and real kind of like connected to everybody they've ever known in their lives, and they're enviable in that way.
They keep a really close-knit group of people around them, so it feels like, you're working with this extended family, and then soon you become part of it.
That's gone.
Yeah, let's cut it. It's a good cut.
They are the greatest directors, I'm telling you, man. They're just very good people. I mean, I wish I had a brother that had that kind of bond.
2 crazy brothers who just got an idea. Oh, I know what we could do. Let's do this right here. It's always like on a spur of the moment.
You guys are looking down at your daddy.
The hell with that looking at daddy if I gotta go between this man's legs. The way their mind works, where they find their jokes and their humor, you know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody can tap into the vein that they've tapped into. But there's something about Mary, they sort of push the envelope. This one, we open it up, shred it in front of you.
And we always have a blast. There's no pretension, there's no anything like that on these movies.
Oh no!
What the hell are you still doing here? You can't get rid of me, Hank.
Leave your taste at the door.
Hank! Hank! You're only hurting yourself!
It's hard to make people laugh nowadays without breaking boundaries.
Let go, girl. On the greener pastures. Come on. Let go.
But we want people to have a lot of laughs and then come away feeling good.
You can't beat the open road!
Oh, my dad can't see this movie.
The end is coming.
In just 3 weeks, this movie has already earned $67 million at the box office.
I mean, you should be furious. I just drop-kicked you right in the face.
Hey, it happens.
It's time to see what's happening in the second half of the American Top 10 Box Office Countdown.
And what brings you to England, Mr. Rhodes?
Why, all the beautiful English chicks.
In the countdown for a third week with over $63 million earned to date is the animated adventure Chicken Run. A flock of hens need to make an escape from their rural England farm before they're turned into chicken pies. But they can't make their getaway without some help. Enter Rocky, an American rooster voiced by Mel Gibson, who aids them on their mission.
In fact, you know what they call me back home? Here you go. The Lone Free Ranger. Isn't that great?
I knew it was possible.
Oh, it's possible, all right.
I knew the answer would come.
Amen.
We're all going to fly over that fence, and Mr. Rhodes is going to show us how, right?
That's rude. What? Did you say fly?
You can teach us.
No, I can't. Listen, shh. You hear that? That's the open road calling my name, and I was born to answer that call. Bye.
Drew Decker got killed last night. She sits next to me in English class. Was she a friend? No. I was going to cheat off her test today.
Debuting at the top of the countdown is the comedy Scary Movie, starring Sean and Marlon Wayans, Anna Faris, and Carmen Electra. This film parodies some of the biggest horror movies, including The Blair Witch Project, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and the popular Scream trilogy.
I'm in the house. Do you know where I am? I could be anywhere. I'm like the wind, baby. Yeah. Where am I?
You're behind the couch.
What? How do you know that?
I can see your feet.